Libra, how are you? Let's do a reading for your current energy, shall we? As always, please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. Now, I sure appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out. Hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really makes a difference to my channel. And I would love to see my channel continue to grow. So that's how you can help me make that happen. All right, let's see what's coming through for all of my Libras for the next 7 to 10 days. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Libra, always. All right, Libra, here you go. It's your turn, Libra. All right, let's see what's up. All right, next 7 to 10 days. We're starting out with the Temperance card to the 9 of Pentacles. Then we get the Hierophant above you. So I feel like there's someone that you are involved with. This could be your partner, your person, you know, where you're losing a lot of patience, all right? Because the Temperance, like, this isn't working. And I'm trying and trying. And here we have the 9 of Pentacles. And notice that squirrel has a mask on them. You know, so I'm just feeling like, you know, there is somebody that, you know, you're getting tired of trying to make something work with someone. Now, we do have this King of Pentacles. So, like I said, it could be your person. It could be, you know, somebody that you work with. You know, but I feel like it's definitely not up your alley anymore. We do have the Hierophant coming in reverse, and it's above you. And I'm just feeling like, you know, you're at that point where, you know, you want to be free. You don't want to be committed. You don't want to be so involved, you know. And, you know, the 9 of Pentacles is a very independent energy. This is, you know, card of being single. It's not of being married. And, you know, here with this Hierophant, I think you like being on your own. But I think you also think about, you know, it'd be great one day to be married, but it's not, this isn't what I want to marry. And then we do have a King of Wands coming in here below you. So I'm just wondering whether there's a couple people involved, right? Male or female, it doesn't matter. I'm just feeling like there's somebody that you're losing patience with. It's not what you want. You know, you're hanging on to it. I think you're starting to see them, you know, in their true colors. It's like the rose-colored glasses have definitely come off, right, Libra? And so now it's like, I don't know what I want to do here. And maybe there's an opportunity for you to, you know, go out with someone else who might have their interest with you. You know, and, you know, if you aren't married to this person, you know, there's that need to, like, maybe I just want to go see if there's, you know, someone else out there that I connect a little bit better with. We have the 3 of Wands here. It's like, you know, she's sending this bird out there, you know, to go check things out. And if there is this person here, you know, this King of Wands that you are really connecting to on some level, you know, but you've got this other person and, you know, you haven't been happy there. I think there is something calling you to, like, maybe explore life on your own. All right. And maybe, you know, what would it be like if I wasn't with this person? We do have the Moon card coming in here. And I do feel like the Moon card, when it shows up, I mean, you know, something's been blocking you. Something's been holding you back. And it could be this person that you've hung on to. You know, they're probably a fine person, but they're not your person. You know what I'm saying? And here we have this 10 of Swords. You know, I don't think it's all been good because we have the Temperance card here. You know, it's coming in reverse. It says, oh, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And then we have the 10 of Swords coming in reverse. And it's just like, this is painful. I mean, this is like not what I want, but I don't know how to end it either. You know, so there could be one of those situations where you want to move on, but you don't know how to move on. And, you know, now you're being a true Libra, trying to balance your scales out, trying to figure out, gosh, do I stay? Do I go? Do I keep them? Do I let them go? You know, what should I do? You know, but you have to honor what you truly want. And with the Hierophant coming in reversed, I mean, you want to do your own thing. You want to be your own person. You want to be independent. You know, especially from an energy that may have become a little codependent. We do have here the Wheel of Fortune coming out, okay, and the Wheel of Fortune's a 10. We have another 10. So there is this ending that's looming in your life, whether it's with someone or with a job, you know, and here we got this monkey with the blindfold off. You know, you don't really want to see what the next move is. It's like, I want to know what I want to do moving forward. I don't know if I want to take this chance, but the Wheel of Fortune is upright. All right, so the wheel is constantly turning. And, you know, obviously you have been in a place where you haven't been really, truly happy. You know, you haven't been truly living being who you are. And it could be due to a connection that you have with someone that you're just trying to hang on to. But you also don't want to take a chance and, do something foolish and lose everything that you've got. Because we do have the Fool card here coming in reversed. So there's some fear that I'm picking up, Libra, of like, that you want to go down this road. That you want to, do your own thing. You want to be your own person. But this block right here, again, we have this block showing up. And, this is coming up for a lot of signs. We've got to look at what's keeping us from our calling, what's keeping us from doing what we love to do, moving to our own beat, not conforming to people, really being our own mind when it comes to being in a relationship and what we do for a living and how we live our life. There's that fear of the endings. All right, because here too, with the Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like, if you bring this to an end, even though you don't know what would follow, it could be a really good thing, but you're so afraid of making a mistake, and my grandmother, she must be channeling through me today because I just keep being reminded of things that she used to say to me. And she's like, a person who doesn't make a mistake is a person who doesn't do anything. So, make a mistake, if you you made a mistake already, because you've been trying to make something work that's not working. So you've got to take the mask off of yourself. You've got to stop and say, this isn't what I want. This isn't who I am. This is what I really want. This is what I really want to do. Because the King of Wands energy, this is a very inspiring, a very, worldly type of energy. This is somebody who's very creative, very passionate, very fiery, and that could be you, and you're not living to your full potential, because you have settled. You've settled for the money. You've settled for the person. You've settled in this connection, whatever it is. But to move forward, you just want to have a little bit more, security of what would come next. But sometimes we've got to take a chance. Sometimes we don't know what's going to come next, and that's got to be okay. So here with this Three of Wands, it's like you want to set things in motion that is going to turn your life around, where life is a little bit more positive. Because with the Three of Wands, a positive mindset brings positive people. It brings a positive outcome. Things start to change. The way you look at things, change, then they change, right? And I feel like this is where you are, and you've been holding back here, Libra, especially with this blocked energy that you have, being afraid to bring part of your life to an ending, where whatever that life is, whether it's a person or a job or a house or whatever, the fear of that ending and getting on this road, but I feel you're being called to do this, and you're fighting it because of this fear you have of like, I don't know whether I really want to take a chance. I don't know if I really want to take this leap of faith, and go in another direction. But listen, to stay where you are, it's only hurting you, all right? Because you are in the Ten of Swords energy. This is painful. This is you not feeling good. This is you thinking, gosh, things are never going to turn in my favor. And they will turn in your favor if we remove the fear. Let's look at what's on the bottom of the deck. We have the Ten of Cups coming in reversed, So, you're afraid how it's going to affect other people as well. You're afraid how it's going to, this decision that you make, But listen, you're on fire here, all right? This fiery energy, you've got to look forward, all right? We've got the Seven of Wands here. This is you putting your foot down and saying, you know what? I'm going to get out of this funk I'm in. I'm going to change my life. It's not working for me, and I need to take the mask off. Because some of you guys, I think, have been wearing a mask, pretending that your life is what you want it to be, and it's not. All right? So let's find that truth. Let's find that fire within us, and let's set our lives in motion in the direction that you really, really want to have happen. So it's a good reading for you, Libra, all right? And, this is you always kind of saying, well, I don't know, well, maybe, I don't know. Libras don't move quickly, but at this point, I think it's time for you to start looking at, taking a chance on your own life. Because, listen, you are somebody that can walk the road on your own in such an incredible way, all right? You don't need to be dependent on someone else. You don't need to be dependent on things that aren't good for you, And especially if you've got the money right now. all right, to make a shift, to make a change. So let's take the mask off and let's just be who we really are, Libra, all right? Because I think that's when you're going to be happiest, all right? So it is time to not be foolish, all right, and to hold back. Whatever ending it is that needs to end, let's end it so a new beginning can emerge. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Libra. Please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button. Be kind, be healthy, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you later. Bye now.